Hey there, Jeremy from MarketingSheriff.com here, giving you another quick tutorial. This one is just a very simple one on how to install Google Analytics on your website. Now, this will be the same method really for any website. You know, if you have a CMS like WordPress or Drupal or Joomla, a lot of those have plugins that make actually pasting the code that makes Google Analytics work a lot easier. But regardless of that, the first step is if you don't have a Google account, you'll need to sign up for one. Odds are you probably do, whether it's for AdSense or AdWords or whatever. But if you don't, you need to go do that. So just google.com/ if you go to like /webmaster tools or something like that, you'll have to create an account. I'm in my Marketing Sheriff Sandbox account, just like we use for all of our web tutorials. And I've gone to google.com/analytics, decided to create a new account, so we're going to sign up. And the account name is really the website, or I'm sorry, the name of the website you're choosing to track. So for this one, we're going to call it Marketing Sheriff Sandbox. Okay. Then the URL, http www.marketingsheriff.com/sandbox. Now, in most cases, for example, you know, if you're going to track an entire website, you don't need to put the subdirectory like this. So if you're tracking www.yoursite.com, you just put the main URL in there. You don't really need to change either one of these. And then down here they ask you, do you want to share your analytics data, blah, blah, blah. I generally do, but it's up to you whether you want to do it or not. Agree to their brief terms and conditions and go ahead and create the account. Very simple. Now, for those of you who haven't used analytics in a while or at all, this is a new interface. It's actually a little more convoluted, I think. But what happens is after you hit create, takes you right to the page where you can scroll down, and this is the actual code that Google Analytics uses to track your website. The first step, it's going to say, are you tracking a single domain, or are you tracking a domain with multiple subdomains? So say your website is www.yoursite.com, but you also have a store on there, and you have that as a subdomain like shop.yoursite.com. Then you might choose multiple subdomains or many top-level domains. This would be if you had one website in like multiple countries, for example, like they show here. So you have, you know, .uk, .cn, whatever. But for this case, it's just a single domain, very easy script. You can see as you select the different ones, it changes the code down there to handle it. All you need to do is highlight it, hit Control-C on your keyboard. And again, here's, you know, I use this archaic version of Dreamweaver because it happens to be what I own. But just like all scripts, this gets pasted just before the end body tag. So even if you have another script in here, like I have a Crazy Egg script in here from a previous tutorial, I'll just hit enter twice to create 2 new lines and Control-V and paste the analytics code. Now, it's important to know if you want it on your entire website, it's better to put it, I mean, essentially it needs to be on the bottom of every single page that you want tracked. If you have something like a footer or an includes, and if you don't know what those are, you know, that's something like if you want the same footer across all your website, your entire website, that's always an easier place to put the code, because otherwise you have to add it every single page that you create. It gets to be kind of a pain. But once it's there, it's there. Then you just need to save it, and if you're using Dreamweaver, this is how you do it. If you have an FTP program, same thing. You just paste it right in there. You don't have to know anything about code. And then we'll upload it. And what you'll see now is if we go back to the analytics, install, we'll hit save. And it'll tell us, you know, it was successful and blah, blah, blah. And then you can go back here to your accounts, and let's say I want to select this account, or we go to home, and it's now tracking. Now there's a delay with analytics, so don't freak out if you don't see anything in there for a couple hours, or even the first 8 or 10 hours or whatever. Totally fine. So in here, then you'll be able to see how many visitors you had, where they came from. You can even tell demographic, what kind of browsers they're using. Are they browsing from a mobile site? You can link it up with your advertising, all that stuff. And I'll go into that in a different tutorial. But really, you can also go into the admin section and check your tracking code at any time. So if you forgot, or you just don't have time to paste it right away, or for example, you were going to send it to somebody else like your webmaster to get the code, you can always come back here and get it. The only part of the code that changes for each website is really this unique UA number. That's the number of your actual website. Now to show you that it's there, let's open up our browser, and we'll go to the website if I don't have a typo here. Just to verify that's there. So this is the blank homepage for marketingsheriff.com/sandbox. And we can right click on it and view the source if you're using Firefox. And you'll actually see right here, here's the code I pasted. You see my UA number for the website, and you're good to go. That's really all that there is to setting up Google Analytics. This is really the first step in any website tracking that you need to do. Now you don't have to use Google Analytics. It's obviously the most widely used, kind of generally accepted. But if you prefer something else, that's great too. And once you give it some time, you'll be able to see all sorts of data in here, and it's just super, super helpful for you. So that concludes this quick tutorial on how to install and set up Google Analytics for your website. If you have any questions, feel free to post them up on down below, or head on over to our website at marketingsheriff.com, where we have a helpful blog and members only one-on-one support forum where you can chat with me directly for your e-commerce and internet marketing questions. Thanks, and we'll see you real soon.